Hey, what's up, legends? Welcome back. Before we dive into this inspiring ride, I gotta say, if you're into stories about greatness, resilience, and rewriting the rules, then pause for a second and hit that subscribe button. Because what you're about to hear isn't just tennis news, it's the real life journey of a queen, a pioneer, and one of the most iconic athletes of all time, Venus Williams. Her name already means something to sports history, but what she's doing right now in 2025, that's next level. So sit back, vibe with me, and let's walk through Venus's story, past, present, and future. So let's rewind to the summer of 2025. Most athletes in their 40s, they're long gone from the pro tour, retired, coaching, maybe posting throwbacks on Instagram. But Venus? She was coming off fibroid surgery, hadn't played in over a year, and she was gearing up for a comeback. A real one. No exhibition match, no friendly rally. She entered the Citi Open in Washington, D.C., one of the WTA's legit hardcourt events. And in her first singles match back after 16 months, she took on world number 35, Peyton Stearns, a rising star, young, fit, and ranked way higher than Venus, who hadn't touched competitive play since 2023. Now here's where it gets crazy. Venus beat her. Straight sets, 6-3, 6-4. The crowd absolutely lost it. That wasn't just a win, that was history. At 45 years old, Venus became the second oldest woman at the Open era to win a WTA-level singles match. The only one older, Martina Navratilova. Yeah, that Martina. So, yeah, she's moving in legendary company. Now, let's keep it real. The second round was rough. She faced Magdalena Frech and things didn't go her way. Final score 6-2, 6-2. Venus made 32 unforced errors, Frech played clean, and the match slipped away. But the bigger picture? Venus walked off the court smiling. She said she had so much fun and called the whole experience a learning moment. Imagine that. After decades of competition, millions in prize money, multiple slams, she's still talking about learning. That's some next level humility, and it's why fans love her. People stood and clapped. There was no disappointment, just love. Because we all know Venus isn't out here chasing validation. She's chasing purpose. And while singles was the headline, her doubles game also lit up the court. Venus paired up with rising American Hailey Baptiste, and the two made magic. They beat Jeannie Bouchard and Clairvy Ngunuwe in dominant fashion, 6-3, 6-1. Hailey later said it was a dream come true. And Venus? She was just glowing with pride. She even joked that Hailey carried the whole match. It wasn't just about winning, it was about generational energy. Passing the torch, but still holding it. Still burning bright. Now we can't talk Venus without hitting her legendary status. Let's zoom out for a sec. Venus has 7 Grand Slam singles titles, 5 at Wimbledon, 2 at the US Open. That's already Hall of Fame status. But when you factor in her 14 Grand Slam doubles titles, mostly with Serena, you're talking about domination. 22 WTA doubles titles total. She and Serena were untouchable. Add in her Olympic gold medals, 4 in total, and you realize she's not just great, she's one of the greatest. And she didn't just win titles. She changed the game. Literally. Venus was one of the loudest voices for equal prize money at major tournaments. Wimbledon and the French Open used to pay women less than men. Not anymore, and that's largely thanks to Venus. She wasn't afraid to use her platform for change, and she made the sport better, not just for herself, but for everyone who came after her. Now let's talk money. Venus has earned over $42 million in prize money alone. Add in her endorsements, business ventures, and fashion empire, and her net worth sits around $95 million. dollars. That includes Eleven, her activewear brand, and V-Star, her interior design company. She's not just an athlete. She's a CEO, a boss, and in 2025, she's still expanding, investing, creating. The game might end, but the hustle doesn't. And speaking of glow ups, let's talk love life. Venus recently confirmed her engagement to Andrea Preti, an actor and producer with Italian Danish roots. The two have been quietly dating for a while, and it's clear they're strong. No drama, no loud headlines, just support. Venus called him one of her biggest sources of encouragement during her recovery and comeback. He's reportedly worth around $1 million, but hey, Venus is the one with the empire. We love to see it. A power couple built on respect and mutual drive. So, what's Venus saying about all this? In her words, there's no doubt I can play tennis. I'm still the same player. That's bold and beautiful. She even hinted that this isn't the end. When asked about retirement, she smiled and said, maybe there's more. Who knows? That's such a Venus answer. Leave the door cracked. Let the possibility breathe. Fans are even whispering about the dream. Maybe one last doubles run with Serena. It's a long shot, but imagine that. The Williams sisters one more time. Don't rule it out. Now let's look ahead. Venus has already secured a wild card entry into the Cincinnati Open this August. That's a WTA-1000 event, not some exhibition. If she plays well, there's a real shot she'll get a wild card for the US Open. That would be monumental. Venus walking back into Arthur Ashe Stadium under the lights at 45. One more run, one more roar from the crowd. Win or lose, that would be unforgettable. And fans are already rallying. Social media's lit up. You've got Gen Z who just discovered her, millennials who grew up watching her, and OG tennis heads who know what she's done for the sport. Everyone's rooting for her because it's not just about the trophies. It's about the grind, the courage, the choice to show up when no one expects you to. Venus is showing us that greatness doesn't fade. It evolves. So here we are, fam. Venus Williams in 2025 isn't a retirement story. It's a resurrection story. She's playing, she's winning, she's losing, she's learning, she's loving, she's still shaping culture. And that's power. If you felt this story, if you're rooting for Venus the way we are, hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell me your favorite Venus moment. Was it her 2000 Wimbledon win? Her fight for equal pay? Her recent comeback? Let me know. And don't forget to subscribe. Because Venus's story isn't over, not by a long shot. Stick around and we'll ride this next chapter together.